All right, so as some of you all know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Um, and some of you all know that I did do a video about living while grieving. And so I've been wanting to make this like a part two to that. Or maybe not necessarily a part two, but just to record videos from time to time throughout my grieving process or grieving journey, however you want to name it. So, I had one of my sisters in Christ text me the other day, and she was like, May is Mental Health Month. Are you going to do a new video on YouTube? And I'm like, that's interesting that she texted me that because I've already been thinking about wanting to do another video. So right then and there, I already knew that was God was like confirming it, pretty much saying, okay, girl, it's time for you to sit down, get in your peace and quiet so you can figure out what you want to say. Excuse me, y'all, my asthma's acting up, so I'm taking deep breaths here and there. But yeah, so before I make these videos, I always try to just sit in peace and quiet so I can actually feel my emotions so that I can get together what I want to say in the video. So, yeah, pretty much back to the text. It was good that she texted me because I definitely needed that confirmation and I just needed that push. So here I am with this video. I'm just going to talk about taking care of your mental health while you're grieving, which can be difficult at times. But I'm just going to go over like 3 things that I think is very important. So the first thing I would say is that you need to acknowledge how you feel. You have to start there. When it comes to your mental health, I have my notes so you'll see me looking down. But take the time to allow yourself to just sit in your emotions so you can understand what you're feeling, and then understand how to work through it or try to figure out how to work through it. If that means you need additional support, such as therapy, to be around your family and friends, whatever the case may be. You need to know what your triggers are. You need to realize when you have picked up bad coping habits. Because to be honest, when you pick up bad coping habits, it just leads to self-destruction if you don't, get it in check. So that's very important. And you have to know how to continue on with life. Yes, you're grieving. However, you can't just stop everything. Like, you have to continue to live. I mentioned that in my first video. But acknowledging how you actually feel can help you continue to live in the midst of grieving. And so, like with me, I'm grieving yet again, but I haven't actually taken the time to grieve the loss of my best friend. I'm gonna try not to cry because obviously, like I said, I haven't taken that time. So what I've been doing here lately is I've been suppressing my feelings. But that has been helping me to remain focused, which is one of my other points in my next point actually. It has become like a coping mechanism for me. I know it's not a healthy coping mechanism, but it's not going to lead to self-destruction because, like in my last therapy session, my therapist was like, she was concerned when I said I'm suppressing. But when you suppress, like, you just have to be very self-aware. Like, I know how I am. I'm going through a lot of transitions right now in life. I got so much stuff going on. I'm not going to get into the whole spiel because I just don't believe in putting out there what I have going on. I rather just keep it between myself, God, and, the few people I choose to share with, because people put their mouth on stuff, and I know what's for me is for me, but still I don't want nobody putting their mouth on anything that I have going on. So, yeah, I've been suppressing as a coping mechanism, to help myself remain focused and so that I can make it through these difficult transitions that I'm going through right now. Because I feel like when I actually give myself that time to grieve, I become emotionally overwhelmed. And that's something that I do not need right now. Because it's going to throw me off. Because sometimes that leads to stress for me. And I know how I am when I'm super stressed. And I don't want to be that. It's not healthy for me. It's not healthy for the people around me, because when I'm stressed, it's just not pretty, and I just want to stay in a positive, space at the moment. So suppressing is helping me, and it is what it is. I'm not saying that you should suppress, but because I'm very self-aware, I know what helps me, and I know that suppressing is not gonna destroy me. Like, I'm not gonna throw myself off, by suppressing. I'm not gonna have like a breakdown all of a sudden one day, because that was something that my therapist mentioned. That's not gonna happen because I know me. I just need to, in this moment, I just need to suppress, as far as like grieving. And that's not to say that I don't have my moments where, I cry or whatever, about my best friend. But it's like I can't, well, I'm choosing not to grieve how I did a few years back because of my current life situations. Back then, I was just going to school and working. That's normal to me. I've been doing that for I don't know how many years. So it was easier to grieve back then than it is to do right now in this moment. So that's my coping mechanism. It may not be healthy for someone else, but right now that's what works for me, and it's healthy for me, because like I said, it keeps my stress minimized. And so this will be my last point. Self-care. That's something that helps as well with, keeping your mental intact. So I always tell people, like, create those memories, like spend time with your family and friends. I try to be the person to reach out and, try to meet up with my friends, family, whatever, the best of my ability, because I've lost so much. So I understand how important it is to spend that time with each other, because once somebody gone, that's it. You don't get any more chances. So I always say, if you have the time, even if you don't have a lot of time, make some time to spend time with your family and friends. Create those memories, because when they're gone, that's all you're going to have, memories. Also, find things that you enjoy doing. Even if that means like, oh, I like to garden, I like to go to the gym, I like to go for walks, I like to read, I like to go out and eat, whatever it is. Get your nails done, get your pedicures, your massages, your hair done, whatever it is that makes you feel good and keeps you in a positive mindset, do those things, because that helps with your mental. And like I said in my last video, I feel like if you can keep your mental under control, everything else will flow. Because once your mind is gone, like anything can happen once your mind is gone. So I always just try to encourage people to just do stuff. Like, don't sit in the house, even though that's what you may feel. I feel like you want to do. Try to force yourself to get up, because I remember when I was first grieving, like with my mom, not my mom, but my dad, my sister. Um, I just wanted to stay to myself. Like, I didn't want to go out for real. You know, I was still doing my usual, like getting my nails done, my hair done, and stuff like that, because I just believe in looking presentable at all times. When I'm outside the house, of course. But I just wanted to be by myself. I just wanted to be on my couch watching my TV and just chilling by myself. I didn't want to be bothered by anybody, because I didn't want anyone to ask me, "How are you doing?" I didn't feel like hearing that back then, you know. And quite frankly, I don't feel like hearing it now either, because like I said, I'm suppressing it. So I really don't feel like dealing with those emotions right now, even though I know there is gonna come a time where I have to deal with them. So yeah, just continue to live as usual. Don't give up. Don't lose focus on your goals. Stay on track. Do what you need to do to get that help to work through your grief. That's the best advice I can give. And to be honest, I'm really not trying to give advice through these videos. I'm just expressing what I have been doing on my journey while I grieve. Now, if what I've been doing may help someone, that's awesome. But these videos are just pretty much self-reflections, which are needed. And I think that's another thing that you should do while grieving. But that comes with like self-awareness as well. Like, start doing self-reflection so you can really like understand yourself. But yeah, if you like this video, just go ahead and click the like button for me and start following my page, because I plan on doing other videos in the future. Like I said, I just have a lot of transitions going on right now, so I really don't have that time to just sit down in quiet and just, you know, think of videos to do. But it's definitely coming in the future.